no sun at Providence.
You go there, Randy?
Right, and hello to everyone. Good morning to listeners. Good morning to viewers right across the length and breadth of Guyana, of course, the Eastern Caribbean, wherever you are, right across the U.S. and the Canada, the United Kingdom, wherever you are, and you're about to join us on day 2. We greet you with the news that even though there's some dark clouds hovering over Providence, we will have play. And we've had no rain actually so far in the Guyana leg of these matches. As I say, good morning to John Ramsing, our analyst, sitting next to me. John, today promises to be a very interesting one with the Leewards 57 for the loss of 3, replying to Guyana's 196 all out, a very low total in the context of how they performed so far in the tournament overall. But it's certainly a game on, and what the Leewards would need to do is to bat well. They've got 2 young men at the crease that would want to perform in Saunders and Ward, and also the Guyana Jaguars would want to stay neck and neck with them in terms of ensuring that the Leewards don't get away from here.
Good morning,
John.
Good morning, Matthew. Good morning to viewers and listeners. It's a decent morning so far. Very cool conditions. The first time we're seeing this in our matches here at Providence this season. But nonetheless, the players are out in the middle, and we're looking to have a prompt start. And the Jaguars will be looking to continue from where they left off yesterday. They were picking up some early wickets, and they did so effectively, picking up 3 scalps when the score was just 40. And at that point in time, it was a great comeback, we were thinking. But 57 for 3 without any further loss between Ward and Saunders represents a position of a second fight back, which means the pendulum has been swinging back and forth. So the partnership batting towards stumps it lasted for 10 overs and 3 balls, which means that they were batting very patiently. They were tight in defense and not trying to give another wicket to the Jaguars, which meant that they had a plan to bat to the close without any further loss. And because of that, the pendulum swung a bit again, and this time in the favor of the Hurricanes. But I think today's play is going to be an interesting one. The weather might be a factor. It will help with some swing bowling. We know Kemo Paul has been getting the ball to move even in clear skies. So now the weather is what we describe as the English type of weather. Cloudy, cool conditions. Kemo Paul could be a handful once again. And today's play, if the Leeward Islands Hurricanes do not bat too well, today's play can be the penultimate day.
Right, so again, hello to everyone, wherever you are, right across Guyana, right across the Leeward Islands, of course. Anguilla, Antigua, St. Kitts, Nevis, Antigua and Barbuda, of course. Loud and clear, everyone has been sending good reports to us, picking up the commentary nicely and enjoying it. So Shepherd will start in hazy conditions, as you said, English-like conditions from the far end. And he will come into bowl to Saunders. Akeem Saunders, who I think got 100 against Guyana in a recent tournament. Might have been last year or a year before. 100 he got. A fighting knock. And 2 slips in the gully go down. Backward point cover, short extra cover in the mid-off. Shepherd comes up, bowls to Saunders. He gets the ball right up in the block hole and had to come down quickly on that as the ball bounces away towards Chandra Paul at cover. And there is no run. So let's tell you that the Leeward Islands Hurricanes are resuming overnight. 57 for the loss of 3. Saunders 15, Ward 7. 3 leg byes, extras. 23 overs bowled in their innings, but still behind. They're still behind by 139 runs. And the Jaguars will want to ensure that they don't get away. Shepherd comes up, bowls outside the line of the off stump, taken by Bramble. And again, no chance of a run. Powell, a leg before wicket to the bowling of Pestano for 4, 18 for 1. Hodge caught Bishu at short leg. Nice catch, leapt in the air and took it. He was trying to clip the ball through square leg off the bowling of Kemo Paul for 16, 26 for 2 in the 9th over. And then Carty was caught by Griffith looking to pull through the onside. Got a leading edge, flew in the air, and Griffith took the catch where the short fine leg position would have been. Dead ball signaled by the umpire. Saunders pulled away. He was caught by Griffith there at short fine leg. Off the ball of Pamal for 12, 40 for the loss of 3 in the 14th over. And then at the close of day 1, 57 for 3. Saunders 15, Ward 7. And 3 extras. So still 139 behind. Shepherd comes up, bowls to Saunders. He lets it go outside the off stump, taken by Bramble again. No chance of a run. And then there is a mid-on and a backward square in the boundary to complete the field placements for you from Leon Johnson. But again, just a couple of persons so far to witness the start of day 2. Remember, this is a fifth round for Guyana, 4th round for the Leewards. And John will give us some information with respect to the game between Barbados and Trinidad a little later on. Here is Shepherd comes up. He's in wide of the off stump and forces Bramble to tumble, make a tumbling save to his right in front of where Johnson would have been at slip, of course, and he's there. And he feels nicely. The score is kept on 57 for 3. So far, Paul, 8 overs, 1 for 12. That's overnight. Pamal, 6 overs, 1 for 13. Bishu, 5 overs for 14 runs. And Pestano, 4 overs, 1 for 17. So Shepherd starting this morning from the far end. He's up there now, bowls to Saunders. Saunders lets it go outside the off stump. Again taken by the keeper, Bramble. Not forcing the right-handed batsman from St. Kitts, the 24-year-old, to play so far. Just the first delivery, which was right up in the block hole, that he came down quickly on and pushed it out into the offside. So he's in his 23rd game. Saunders, 150, 100 on this belt. That 100 against Guyana, of course, averaging 19.78. So 811 runs before this innings. He gets the ball, beats him outside the off stump. Good delivery. One that shaped away from the right-hander, taken by Bramble. The over comes to an end. 57 for the loss of 3. First over bowl this morning, John.
A loosener from Romario Shepherd. His first ball in this match. Not enticing the batsman on all of the occasions that he bowled. Just the last delivery was the closest to bat, and the batsman was not threatened at all. So, but having said that, we know that Shepherd, he has been among the wickets for the Jaguars this season, and he'll give a good account of himself. Nice conditions for cricket here this morning. The seam bowlers will be licking their lips, looking to have a run at the Hurricanes. And this is the conditions that we might describe as hurricane conditions, with a windy and a rain type of setting. But the Jaguars at home will be a bit comfortable in these conditions. Now that we see that Kemo Paul as well has switched ends, he's going to be bowling from the top end for the very first time in 2 matches.
Right, so he's picked up Hodge yesterday afternoon, Kemo Paul, and he's been switched to the commentary box or the northern end of the ground. He bowled from the southern end yesterday, and we also saw a switch with the spinners in Bishu and Pamal as well.
You mentioned some of the other scores. We'll endeavor to run through them during the course of this over.
Let's watch Kemo Paul bowling over the wicket to the batsman Ward. He's driving glorious shot through the covers for 4. Handsome stroke to get him off the mark this morning on day 2. As he moves to 11, the scoreboard should read. Terence Ward getting the ball over pitched outside the off stump and into the drive. Nicely between extra cover and mid-off, down to the boundary for 4.
Gentle loosener from Kemo Paul, well pitched up, and the batsman looked exquisite in playing that drive down towards the extra cover and into the boundary. No man move. Pestano had to retrieve. He had to run all the way from mid-off, and that was a sweetly timed shot. Well played, well placed.
And a nice positive way to get runs on the board on day 2 for your country. Here is Paul comes in, he's up there now, bowls to Ward, gets a short ball, angled down the leg side, and all Ward had to do was get inside his stumps and watch the ball go by to be taken by Bramble. And Paul putting in a little extra bit there to maybe surprise Ward, but his line wasn't that good on that occasion.
Not at all. Down the leg side, a bad delivery. His comeback delivery after being placed for 4 down towards extra cover. This was short and was heading down the leg. I can tell you that the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force were bowled out for 170 against the Barbados Pride, who closed 52 for the loss of 3.
Paul comes up. That's a good ball, but just wide of the off stump. And Ward was not being induced to play to offer a shot. Just pulled the bat inside the line, taken by Bramble. Again, good bounce in that occasion. And it's good to see Johnson trying you know, as a captain, his intelligence levels being good, reading the game well, switching Paul bowling with the wind, and Shepherd bowling against the wind. Very interesting to see what will happen here. But of course, with Bishu and Pamal, your two experienced spinners in the side, they will have some work to do as well. Here is Paul rushes in, bowls toward the game down the leg side, and Bramble tumbling over to his left. Came up with ball in his hands. The score is kept on 61 for 3.
An ordinary over so far from Kimo Paul down the leg side once again, allowing the batsmen to get their eyes set in, not threatening the bat at all. That was down the leg side. Only person getting anxious is the wicketkeeper, who had to dive all the way to his left. So Kyle Hope 15, Jeremy Solazano 20, Amir Jangu 5, Jason Mohammed 19, Dinesh Ramdin 19, Yannick Karaya 36, Imran Khan 12, Odin Smith 2, Kari Pierre 15, Daniel Sinclair 10, and Anderson Phillip 2.
Across comes Ward, pushes it out towards Chandra Paul at short extra cover, and there is no run. No one getting anything big there for Trinidad at all.
Nothing to shout about. Keon Harden, no wicket from 10 overs. Marquino Mindley, the Jamaican playing now for the Pride. He got 2 for 34.
Right.
1 for Shamar Springer, 1 for 28. Ashley Nurse, 1 for 30. But a pick of the bowlers, Kevin Stout, 20 overs and 4 balls, 9 maidens, 6 for 35.
The old veteran for Barbados, of course. Here is Paul comes up. That's a full-length delivery outside the off stump. He gets it off the inner portion of the bat. He was looking for a cover drive, and that came off the inner portion of the bat, down through mid-wicket, runs here for Ward, and they've come back for 2 as the return comes in from Bishu on the mid-wicket boundary. But a little bit of a false shot by Ward on that occasion as a total move up to 63 for the loss of 3 at the end of the over.
Yeah, Kibo pitched that one much closer to the bat, and Ward was looking to go for the drive, maybe down towards mid-off. But the ball, with a little bit of deviation, got the inner part of the bat. He had good connection, and it went close to the rope at mid-wicket. Devendra Bishu given chase, and the batsman had enough time for 2. A good way to end the over. A good start, I must say, from the Hurricanes. Kimo Paul, quite an ordinary over. He'll be looking to make amends as he go through the day's play. In reply, like I said, Barbados Pride, 52 for 3 at stumps. Shane Mosley gone for 12. Anthony Allen, 17. And Aaron Jones without scoring. Jonathan Carter, 13. And Nicholas Curtin, 6 not out in the end. And that's the situation in Trinidad.
You'll tell us who have picked up the wickets for Trinidad. That's outside the off stump from Shepherd, taken by Bramble, and there is no run.
Daniel Sinclair, left-arm seamer, 1 for 21 from 8 overs. And Odin Smith, the franchise player from Jamaica, in the red force side, 5 overs, 3 maidens, 2 wickets for 6 runs.
So Odin Smith picking up 2 wickets there. Not bad at all. But Barbados know that they've got to bat well. They want to be in this tournament. They want to get some points to encourage them outside the off stump. No encouragement on that occasion for Ward to play a shot taken by the keeper. We've got the brilliant sunshine now at Providence. So Providence has been graced with some Guyanese sunshine, brilliant sunshine.
The dark clouds have since gone all the way south and heading further southwest. And across the river, maybe taking a thumping a bit later on. Across the Demerara River.
West Coast area, correct. Still some clouds to our left, of course, to the north. Here is a ball that's, again, pitched on a good length, but not a good line, just outside the off stump, taken by Bramble, and there is no run. John's interesting development with the second practice match, England versus the West Indies Presidency 11. England getting up to 379 for 10. Bairstow 98. Burns got a half century. Curran 47. Wokes 43. Adil Rashid 40 plus as well. 48, I believe. So England set to bowl all day today in terms of bowling practice. That's a ball driven down towards backward point of the outer portion of the bat by Saunders. Nicely fielded by Kimo Paul. And there is no run. But good work by Bairstow there. I think he's actually set to probably bat at number 3 for England in the Test series. But England will depend on him a lot. But it's left up to see how the West Indian batsmen now will fare with England bowling at them today. Here is Shepherd. He's in bowls outside the off stump, taken by the keeper. and they gain no chance of a run. But a little panic in their camp. But Mark Wood has been recalled to replace Ollie Stone, who picked up an injury actually. He has a stress fracture to the lower back. So right away, little problems for England, but they've got replacement players, and the good thing is that they've got good replacement players because Mark Wood has played a couple of test matches for England as well. So he'll be the bowler coming in to replace Stone. Here is Shepherd comes in, bowls to Saunders. He lets it go outside the off stump.
So maybe I can, if I get you clear, and according to what Inajita said, Wood is replacing Stone.
Wood is replacing Stone. Lovely, John. I love that one. Nice little shot this morning as we've started. The over comes to an end, 63 for the loss of 3. 13 is Ward, 15 to Saunders. Quiet start so far. They've added, 6 runs? And with the 2 fast bowlers on in Shepherd and Kemo Paul, they certainly will be looking to pick up some quick wickets and force the Leewards on the back foot even more, because 63 for 3 doesn't represent a good position. Even though Guyana made 196, they won't want to lose wickets at all early this morning. Here is Paul, comes up, he's in bowls to Ward down the leg side. He's helping that around towards the long leg area. Let's see, nothing from Shannon Crawford. He got back onto that, getting inside his stumps and helping the ball away down towards the long leg for 1. He moves to 14, 64 for the loss of 3.
Yeah, not landing in the good areas, neither Kemo Paul nor Shepherd so far. And because of that, the batsmen were able to get some runs and get their adrenaline going this morning on day number 2. And the longer they frustrate the Jaguars, I think it's going to be a much better partnership. And the Jaguars will have to play catch up.
2 slips in the gully, backward point, cover and a mid-off. Oh, that's a beautiful delivery. One that moved away from the right-handed Saunders, feeling for that, like feeling for Pato in a trench in Guyana. And he didn't get a touch onto it, taken by the keeper. 64 for 3.
Excellent. He was fishing indeed. Good delivery from Kemo Paul. Nice, it pitched nice on a nice line, and then moved away as well. The length was good, just keeping the batsman in check. Well bowled.
Yeah, he's got 67 first-class wickets so far, Kemo Paul, in his 18 game, the 20-year-old, as he rushes past umpire Crawford and is forcing a shot down the leg side from Saunders. He clips it away down towards the short fine leg area. The fielder comes in, that Shepherd, and they came back for 2 leg buys, so he didn't get a touch onto that. That cannoned into the pads, angling down the leg side. Paul has not got his line totally correct here from the commentary box, and the total move up to 66 for 3.
Yes, like I said, not landing in the good areas just yet, and that one was once again down the leg side and hitting the batsman on the pad, and they got some leg buys. But Kemo Paul needs to pull it back, of course, to middle and off, maybe just outside off. With the way he gets the swing, that would be the better line he should be working on.
Ward settles, Paul bowls, full length delivery, but again angling down the leg side. And nicely taken by Bram. He didn't take it that cleanly, but diving away to his left to ensure that there were no extra runs added to the Leewards total.
Yeah,
but
not a wayward delivery again from Kemo Paul down the leg side. Maybe he has seen something there, because quite a number of his deliveries has been directed down that corridor. Maybe he is actually seeing something that nobody else is seeing, because the field is set, 2 slips on a gully, man backward point, cover, mid-off. Field is set for him to be bowling outside the off stump.
Better delivery on that occasion outside the off stump, but he just needs to get it a little closer to Saunders. He didn't offer a shot taken by the keeper, no run. But you're talking about bowling down the leg side. Maybe he's looking for a little inside edge catch to be taken by Bramble to his left, or Romario Shepherd down on the long leg boundary, maybe top edging a ball if he goes for that shot down the leg side. But I don't see that in the making, actually. It's just a matter of Paul getting it right early on day 2, getting his rhythm right and ensuring that he can keep the ball on a good line and length. He's a good bowler, and he's done a lot of hard work so far. The young 20-year-old bowls, full-length delivery outside the off-stump, taken by Bramble. That's a better line on that occasion.
That's a much better line, and length as well. Had the batsman there leaving alone. But what I find as well is that the batsmen so far, Terence Ward and Akeem Saunders, they're not taking any chances really. They're very cautious in their approach in this partnership so far. Partnership is now worth 26 runs, but they've been there for quite some time in terms of number of overs. Since the 14th over they got together, now it's the 27th over. So they've been doing wonderfully well in keeping out the Guyana Jaguars bowlers without taking any chances, and that they must be commended for. There's another game on as well in this round. The Volcanoes, they're hosting the Jamaica Scorpions in Grenada, and overnight the Volcanoes closing 263 for the loss of 6 from their 19 overs. With Devon Smith, 124, getting his 36th first-class century. And the Volcanoes, they're all over the Scorpions in that game at home.
I think there's a school of thought that says even if he gets 6 or 700s in this tournament, you know, it's probably not going to help him to get back into the West Indies side. That's turned away into the onside, picked up by Pamal, and there is no run. But I think the school of thought in West Indies cricket, yes, there must be a good balance when you're selecting players to represent West Indies at the highest level. Yes, you've got to score runs, you've got to perform, you've got to take wickets. But you remember a time when the West Indies were shuffling wicket keepers. You remember that time when they were playing cards with some wicket keepers in the side. I think you had the likes of Junior Murray then in that lineup. Here is Shepherd, comes up, he's in, bowls to Ward. Ward gets a good delivery on the line of the off stump, right up in the block hole. Came down on it and got it out towards Griffith at second slip, and there is no run. 66 for the loss of 3. But sometimes it's very difficult for selectors because obviously you've got to go with performance. But in addition to performance, you've got to look at planning ahead for for years to come in West Indies cricket.
The job of a selector, very unforgiving, I must say.
Yes.
In that same game, Dennis Bulai picked up 5 for 94.
A drive peeled off the outer portion of the bat, down to the boundary for 4 to the left of Barnwell at Gully and the right of Trevon Griffith. And a streaky boundary to Terence Ward to take his total now up to 18, and Leeward Islands total up to 70 for the loss of 3.
The first bad shot we've seen between this pair. That one was edged straight through the vacant third slip region. Gully had no chance. Of course, second slip, who was in a regular conventional second slip position, had no chance. And now we see Barnwell, looking at the post-mortem position really, while the horse has been bolted already, now going into what is the third slip position. And Johnson said, no, go back to Gully.
So still 2 slips in the Gully. Shepherd, 44 wickets on this belt. At this level, he gets a short lifting delivery that he handles well. Terence Ward across his thumbs, jumps into line and plays down at his feet. And there is no run. So we've lost the sunshine again. And now we see dark clouds hovering over Providence. I think it's going to clear up nicely because there's some blue clouds to our left, of course, which is to the northeastern part of Providence. I really don't see any particular threat of rain. I'm not a weather forecaster. But I'll tell you what, so far it's been good in terms of the matches being played in Guyana. But the ground staff getting ready, actually, in case the rain begins to fall. Harry Shepherd comes up, he's in on a drive, nice shot, but down to, straight to Kimo Paul at backward point. Pitched up outside the off stump. And the width was there for him to go for that shot. And he got it straight to the fielder, Kimo Paul. He's kept on 18-15 to Saunders. It's 70 for the loss of 3.
Yes, good shot once again. The delivery that was pitched up but was outside the line of the off stump. And he got into the drive but played it straight to the backward point fielder, Kimo Paul, who did very well, I must say, to get down there. And the groundsmen, they're actually holding the covers, which means that they're seeing something that we're not because of our position. And I can see maybe in the south, beyond the stadium, some rain is there, but rain don't come from that direction generally. And there's no wind here, Matthew. So, interesting position right now to be in.
Good delivery from Shepherd to end the over. One that came back into the right hand. He pushes it out into the offside, and the score remains 70 for the loss of 3 at the end of the over. With Ward on 18-15 is Saunders. The scoreboard says 28 overs have been completed in the Leewards innings so far. 5 extras, and resuming overnight 57 for the loss of 3. They progressed to 70 for the loss of 3.
Good, like I said, good batting, not giving any chance really to the Guyana Jaguars except in the last over where they edged to the vacant towards their position. But other than that, they've been very steady, very focused in what they have to do, and is trying to keep out the Jaguars bowlers, Kimo Paul and Shepherd so far. not sending down the deliveries that they would like on the day two. If they would like to put some more pressure on the batting, they need to get the ball in much closer to the bat, force the batsman to play some shots, threaten that bat. They have two slips and gully waiting on both occasions, and they want to get them in the game some more.
Paul's first delivery is played nicely into the offside, and there is no run. Back to his mark. He's a good fielder as well, Kimo Paul. 11 catches and 2 runouts in first-class cricket. Here is a ball that I will give the batsman the benefit of the doubt. Saunders, he pulled the bat inside the line, but again, he's going to get the line right. Just coming a little closer now to the off stump, forcing Saunders to go across his stumps, and eventually read it well. Picked up the line and pulled the bat inside the line. No chance of a run. And Paul as well, good all-round cricketer, John. 499 runs so far in first-class cricket. He rushes past the umpire and brings Saunders onto the front foot as he turns it into the onside. That was on a good line and length on the line of the off stump, turned away towards Pamal. Better ball on that occasion.
Yeah, good comeback from Kibo Paul. He's a thinking bowler. He's very smart as a cricketer, and he's a hard worker. I know you mentioned all the nice attributes of him, but I know he's a hard worker as well. He's very focused, and he knows what it's all about to be playing cricket. Cricket is his life.
Good support from his family. His dad always supports him, comes to watch him all the time. That's a ball that's helped around towards the long leg area. Just strained on the leg side again, and Saunders just getting inside his stumps and playing it down towards long leg. A no ball signaled by the umpire as well. So that will be 2 runs added to the total. It should be 72 now for the loss of 3. And this little bit of no ball problem, John. All bowlers in the Caribbean have got to be very mindful of this and work hard on it.